In its previous State of the System update, Eskom indicated South Africans will have to endure prolonged scheduled power outages. It also said it plans to improve its power plant performance to acceptable levels by late 2021. However, out of a capacity of over 44,000 megawatts, there's an uncertainty of about 6,000 megawatts at any given time. On Friday evening, Eskom implemented Stage 2 load shedding, which will be suspended by 5 a.m. on Monday. This is ahead of the State of the System update briefing expected this week. But the power utility says Stage 2 load shedding will resume at 9 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday evening. Energy experts say Eskom is taking the country for a ride.
At 6 o'clock last night, Eskom tweeted that the demand was 26,600 megawatts and the available supply was 27,030 megawatts. So somewhere between 6 o'clock last night and 8 o'clock when they announced load shedding, something must have gone horribly wrong, or else Eskom is playing us again. And I don't rule out the fact that Eskom has played the public in the past, especially when it comes to tariff increases.
Energy data analysts say load shedding is hampering the country's goal of moving towards a fourth industrial future. And this in turn also impacts investor confidence.
In terms of the fourth industrial revolution, we're looking very closely at how our economy can be shifted towards the leading economy in Africa. So South Africa is destined to become that main computerized economy, while the rest of Africa remains in production of manual resources and manual labor resources. So this load shedding and rolling power cuts tend to kind of set us back.
Intensive energy users say Eskom's plant performance is the main problem to the continuous power cuts.
The Eskom performance has deteriorated at some point to somewhere around about 64%. I think right now, as we speak, it's even worse than that. So primarily that's where the problem is. But historically, it was driven by the lack of capacity on the system, which over the years has since been built. But due to the existing plant not performing, then it eats away on that capacity.
These power cuts are taking place just a week before the local government elections. But government says it's working on a solution to this crisis.
We are trying to deal with the old infrastructure, our power plants, which are almost old and needs a lot of maintenance, a lot of money. And we're trying to finish the two power plants that you know of, Medupi and Kusile. And I'm sure somewhere down the line, the situation will stabilize. But of course, there's a need to close down some of the power stations and repurpose them, not to probably use coal. If we use coal, we need to find a best mechanism that will reduce the carbon emission.
Meanwhile, the city of Johannesburg has rejected the power utility's latest scheduled load shedding. This is after the city recently secured an additional power supply capacity of 220 megawatts from the privately owned Kelvin Power Station that qualifies it for an exemption from stages 1 and 2 of load shedding. Nothando Makutulela, SABC News, Johannesburg.